This is part 2 of the Spire tutorial series. In this episode, we will create the curved hand view with the help of Unity's splines package. Let's go! First, let's download Unity's splines package in the package manager. In the scene, we then create a hand view game object. It will be located under the Views game object. Here we create a spline. In the scene view, just create 3 points somewhere. It doesn't really matter, as we will set their position in the inspector. The position of the hand view has to be 0 and the spline should be a child of the hand view. The position of the spline inside the hand view also has to be 0. In the spline container, we can edit the spline. I have tested it out a bit and those are the values that work best for me, but you can experiment with the values, of course. Now you can see that the spline already looks good, but it's not the curve of a hand, right? We can change that. Make sure that this mode is activated and then you can click on the points of the spline. Click on the one in the center and change its mode to Bezier and mirrored. And then drag the handles to get a good curve. You can now position the whole hand view in the lower part of the screen. Now we have to create the hand view script. Place it in the Views folder of the Scripts folder and open it. In the script, we need a reference to the spline container. We also need a list of card views that are currently in our hand. For now, we will have 2 methods here. The first is the add card method, which will take a card view and will add it to our list. We just take the card view here and do not create it in the hand view script. That's because we also maybe want to create card views from other scripts later and therefore we want to have a separate script for this. Then we also call our second method the update card positions method, which will handle the position of our cards in our hand. Whenever we call this method, it will iterate through all cards in our hand and will place them at the right position. First, we have a check if there are cards in the hand, otherwise we return, which is yield break and a coroutine. We then calculate the spacing between cards, which is 1 divided by 10 for a hand with a maximum of 10 cards, and the start position for the first card on the spline. We then also get a reference to the spline of the spline container. I have a video where I explained this code a bit better, so if you want to understand a bit more what is going on here, feel free to watch it. With the for loop, we then go through each card and calculate the right position and rotation on our spline for this particular card. And at the end of each loop, we animate the card to the target position and rotation with DoTween, which is the library we have installed in the first episode. Outside the loop, we then wait for the duration. Back in Unity, we can add the hand view script to the hand view and set the spline reference in the inspector. Next, we need the script that will create our card views. This will be the card view creator. For this, let's create another area in the scene for the creators. We also add a new folder to the scripts folder and create our card view creator script inside of that folder. The script will have a reference to the prefab and will also have a method that creates a card view. The method takes the position and rotation and instantiates the prefab. To make it a bit nicer, we want to have a small scale-up animation when we create a card view, with our lovely do-tween package, of course. We then also return the card view. Because we want to be able to access the creator from everywhere, we make it a Singleton. For this, we create a general scripts folder and create the Singleton there. I have also a video on Singletons, but to make it a bit quicker for you, here is the code. This will make the script accessible from everywhere. We can now make the card view creator a Singleton. In Unity, we then add the creator to our scene and reference the prefab in Inspector. We have a small problem because we of course want to test our hand view, but we also don't have all the systems in place for drawing cards and stuff like this. To help us with the testing, we can create a temporary test system in which we can write some throwaway code to test our stuff. We create a systems folder and a scripts folder for this, and also create an object in the scene where our test system can live. In the test system start method, we first create a card view with our creator and then add it to our hand. For this, we need a reference to our hand. Oh, and because it's an IE numerator, we call it with start coroutine. Actually, we want to be able to create cards on click, so let's instead do this in an update method. In Unity, we can now test our hand. Look at this. This looks great. But our cards are just plain prefabs with no real card data at the moment. Let's change that in the next episode. Press the sub button so that you don't miss it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.